Good afternoon and hello and welcome to the RDOD. This is Radio Disability on Demand, and happy St George's Day, the National Day of England, and today is all about disability discrimination against disabled people and the employment services. Now, I'm going to start by saying that it's an absolute disgrace that disabled people are turned away from job centres because they're told by the claimant advisors that they can't even read or write. I don't think that job centres, really and truthfully, in and around the UK, have an absolute clue about disability. They've got trained claimant advisors that deal with disability, but they don't seem to understand the problem. I mean, I've been to the job centres several times in my life, and I've actually come out of there basically in tears. And I've been talking to various other colleagues of mine that I know, and to be fair and honest with you, they found exactly the same thing. Now, again, on the last broadcast that we did, I found when you left London, you got a lot more help. If you lived, say, generally 30 miles from London, or even further away from London, like, say, Scotland. Why is it that London cannot get it right? People say things are changing for disabled people, but I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen any changes whatsoever yet. There's got to be some sort of changes, otherwise disabled people will be very much pushed into a corner, and at the end of the day, disabled people, as I have to reiterate, are part of the economy. If you agree, you can get in contact with the RDOD, and I will now pass you over to Zach here. Zach, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, contact us at the RDOD at yahoo.co.uk. It's on the podcast below on the screen. THERDOD at yahoo.co.uk. When it comes to disability employment, disabled people do seem to be discriminated against. When it comes to job search, I have a low opinion of job search. I think job search in the UK, I think most of them, in my opinion, are third-rate civil servants on the gravy train who don't really have a clue or even care about people with disabilities. When it comes to job search, especially those with disabilities, there should be the money should be directed to not job search but job creation schemes. So if an employer employs in staff, whether they're able-bodied or disabled, especially if they're disabled-bodied, they get money for it. They get money to keep them on at least for, say, 6 months or a year. I think that's a better way forward. I'm personally not impressed with job search. That's my opinion on disability employment and job search.
It seems to me that people in London, their total attitude towards disabled people is, well, what's in it for me? Well, there's nothing in it for you. All you're doing is doing what they call as a duty to doing something that's going to do the community some good. You know, at the end of the day, if you're doing good in the community, surely, you know, it's going to present well back on the economy of the UK. Okay, the economy, as we know, is all over the place, but I mean, this could be a good economy way of getting people back into reasonable employment. And I think, yes, you've got to change. You know, this country, unfortunately, as London, I would say, lives in the Victorian period. It still does. And I think you've really got to start thinking in a total different aspect. Okay, thank you very much for listening to this podcast. There will be another podcast following.